In the conversation you are about to watch, I got to talk with the creator of the Owlies NFT project. He goes by Wolfman Knows on Twitter and Telegram, and he's releasing an NFT collection of 888 collectible owls for 888 stars tokens. These Owlies are part of a collector's game that will also have a PvP element, and there are actually 9 different rarities that could be minted when it goes live during the Stargaze Genesis mint. These cool looking owls will also come with a free NFT in the form of an Owlie egg. The interview ended up being edited because we were talking about all kinds of different things, not only the Stargaze Genesis mint. So what I did was I moved a whole bunch of information to the end of the interview talking about the Owlies NFT game, which hasn't yet been released. This is about 6 minutes of bonus footage where Wolfman Knows goes into all sorts of details about the game, including a DAO that will allow changes to be made by the community. If you want details about the game, I would direct you to their hoot paper, which just came out yesterday. For now, enjoy the interview, and I would appreciate it if you could subscribe, like this video, and share it if you think the Owlies NFT project is something you want to mint. Remember, you could follow me on Twitter. I am Cosmos DeFi on Twitter, and if you follow me, I will keep you updated with all things Cosmos and IBC. Thank you for watching.
So why don't you take us through exactly what people are minting right away? So this
Yeah.
Stargaze mint, supply, price, and like what they're actually getting, and if there's different rarities and levels and things like that.
So that's what I'm really excited about. So one of the things is that, what we're doing with this launch is we're trying to get the people who really want to be a part of the Owlies ecosystem. We don't want people to just scoop up 100 of Owlies NFTs and then, we have 20 people in our Discord that have Owlies. So we have priced them higher, but it's also a bootstrapping event for us to be able to continue building our team out before we launch the token, before we anything else, because we're looking to build and create value for the community and be able to use this to do that. And so there's 888 total. And the reason I love 8 number, with Owlies, if you turn it on its side, turn our logo the other way, it looks like an 8. So, and it's infinity, right? And that's kind of the circular way that the whole game will work, in that sense of constantly creating value for everyone. But so
here's your banner on Twitter, by the way.
Oh, cool. I love it. Yeah. So tomorrow, these are special first press Owlies. This is the very first Owlie that was ever created. The Teen Owlie is the very first one. It started it all. What it was is my wife actually is an artist. And so she created a watercolor of these 2 beautiful Owlies that one day we will show, and we will probably mint, and potentially could be given away, could be sold. We'll see what happens. But it's a really special, beautiful thing that just showed my wife's love for me, our love, the journey. We've been married 15 years. And what I loved so much about it is then that inspired me to have the idea for Owlies, to break all this down. And we just ran through it for a very long time, very thoughtful, interlacing every element of it. I've been in crypto since 2013, so I've watched everything unfold and all the different spaces, and kind of just took it from a different approach to creating value in NFTs and tying in the different DeFi, GameFi, P2E type elements, and trying to create something different, like I said, too, with this whole real world aspect. So tomorrow's mint, you'll get, we have something really cool. So what we did was we changed it. We did teens, babies, and adults, right? The teens and adults are the most rare. The adult is the most rare. So you'll get a chance to get all 3 of those. Those are not possible to mint ever. The only reason we're doing that is a special Genesis first press mint to get the very first Owlies. Normally, like we said, you're going to have to mint branch tokens by staking Owlies and so on. So it's an intricate process that'll be really fun to participate in. But at the same time, this is a chance to actually get a hold of one of these really cool Owlies in these different stages without having to go through that process. And also, you have that badge of honor. You were one of the first Genesis people a part of it. And what's even cooler is later down the road, these will have a special ability that no other Owlie will have, that are Genesis first press that come out of that too. So
So
that's really
will these have something built into the metadata that's related to the game, or are these just collectors items that are going to be used for to direct the token drops?
both.
Both.
So they don't have specific metadata yet that's built in that will be added later.
Got it.
It'll be either two ways. It'll either be editable on the back end, or we'll just have it where it'll be a swap for the exact same thing, but the metadata added. Same if you're going to burn one, it'd be like we destroy that. Is it? Then it's the whole debate. Is it still the first press, Owlie?
It is.
Yeah, it is. That's right. Yeah,
Definitely.
I promise it'll still be the same image linked in. It'll just be different metadata behind the NFT.
This is cool. I mean, I don't see that many games across the. I guess NFTs are kind of new in the Cosmos ecosystem, right? We've got Stargaze, Omniflix, they're really new. I know Secret, has a bunch of projects on there as well. But most NFT projects I see, whether it be Cardano or Ethereum, Solana, the point of the NFT is just to later mint more NFTs from the same creators, right? It's like if you get this, then you could send them both in. It gets burned, then we give you a better one, and then that one gets upgraded through NFTs. I like the gaming aspect because we chatted before. I think that's going to keep people around for a long time. Some of these other NFTs people get bored with, and they're like, okay, what's the next mint? What's the next mint? And if they miss a mint, even if they were interested in it, they don't care anymore because they want to actually mint. They don't want to, go in the Discord, try to win one, or go on a secondary market. So this game will be able. It seems like from what you're saying, the game will be able to attract a community even after this gets sold out.
One of the cool things that we did do is that we're doing a double mint. So there's 888 Owlies of those three stages, but then every time you mint, you also get one of the eggs. And what's cool about that is that it could be a gold, it could be a copper, common one, and it's silver. So it's still the same kind of rarity as if you went to just mint an egg, but you're going to get 2 NFTs now too. So I really love that aspect as well. I think that's going to be fun.
So your vision is down the road as the game starts to come together. There'll be a website. You'll link up your Kepler wallet. You'll be able to access NFTs that will be associated with different addresses, right? Maybe some Omniflix, some Stargaze.
Well, so that'll work. Something like Omniflix actually will have it to where it'll turn into a CW721 from their standard over, and then you'll be able to transfer it onto that chain that you're working with. So if you want to transfer it out of Omniflix and send it to Stargaze at that point in the future, which is that's like a month, 2 months away. We're building with these builders, right? And so as they build out their tech, we're going to build out our back end to make sure everything ties in and works together seamlessly for our products as well. But you'll be able to send those Hoot House NFT clubs, right? You'll be able to send those over to Stargaze eventually and stake those and earn, right? So like, hey, I don't want to battle with those. I like battling with the other ones or whatever it is, or you want to sit there and let them stake and just earn so you can mint more. Because what it'll be too is staking will be balanced between say egg. Like if you want to stack, like, if you were to, is like, let's say it takes 40 eggs to get to the end, right? 40 eggs or one adult Owlie, right? They would earn the same amount of Stardust. So it'll be broken up in that same way too. So the whole point of this is to create equalness throughout the system in minting these extra tokens, giving everybody a chance. Whether you're one of the first people that had a bunch of money to get to a golden Owlie, you'll still, if you have a bunch of eggs and mint a bunch, you can still do the same thing and still earn that Stardust too. So, and then you'll be able to mint those really cool items. What I love about that is because that won't cost anything other than staking your NFT. You're going to get NFTs for that. And the cool thing about that is, again, that goes up to the DAO. So if we want to create new items together as a community to add to the game or for a different versions of the game, right? So we have PvP on one end, maybe we have a board game on another end that we're going to use to build out as well, right? So then we could have special items that'll be used specifically that'll work really well in that kind of game. We can do that as well. So,
all right, one more question. I mint tomorrow. I get an adult owl. I also get an egg. How long do I have to wait to know exactly what that egg is? Is that known right away, or I have to go through a process, hatch, or some other?
So tomorrow it is just that one character. So it's the very first Owlie. So right. the different types of Owlies will come later. So that egg is for the same owl. And you're really not, these are collectible. So I really we're going to make it to where you can burn that with a bunch of other eggs to mint to the next level. But why would you? You have a really cool, yeah.
Plus, there'll be people that are trying to wheel and deal them anyway if they.
I know. Yeah.
You know, for a general mint, I think in an ecosystem like Cosmos that's still growing, 1,000 of something is a lot, right? 2,000 is a lot, and but for a game where the stuff has, you know, repeated, you know, use, 888 is not a lot. It's not a lot to mint out. So, and your strategy of you'll get good wallet distribution because, like you said, the price. You don't want 20 Discord people to have everything. I think this is definitely something people should look into. It's one of the only gaming NFTs that I see in you know, across the IBC chains. And anything else you want to get out there last minute?
I would say just you know, stick around. We've got a lot more coming, and we're really excited to what we're bringing to the community, and we can't wait to get these in the hands of some people. Just also be patient. Like we said, we are building out as these other platforms are building out. We're building our back end for leveling up. But again, the main everything that's coming is going to be at the end of April, early May. That's when Owlies will drop. The token will drop as well. We're going to try to maybe get that out a little sooner so that people can start staking and even trying to get some of those extra tokens LPing, like the branch tokens LPing, so people can even buy them when they want to get involved after they buy some packs, you know, if they don't want to have to wait. So the early people can get in who've been able to stake, say, their Hoot House membership NFTs or their Genesis NFTs. They'll be able to have those tokens available so that they'll be able to profit and do really well. And that's what we want.
Good luck with the mint, and hopefully catch up soon when more of the game elements are rolled out.
Hey, thanks. Great talking to you. Take care.
So you just watched the interview. I tried to keep it as focused as possible on the Stargaze Genesis mint with those 888 Owlies. But like I said before, we were talking about all kinds of things. And this Owlies game, you know, where there's going to be NFTs, there will be in-game tokens with its own in-game economy. You'll hear Wolfman Knows go into minting to level up parts of the game, the deflationary aspect of the NFTs and how value is built into different layers of the game. There's lending, there's staking, there's a DAO, and of course the tokens, the branch tokens and the Stardust tokens. You're looking at a screenshot of my summary of the Hoot paper. You could read that. I posted on Twitter a couple times, or you can simply check the links below and do your research yourself with their Hoot paper. Enjoy this bonus footage, and please give this a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
Owlies is a game. It's an NFT, and it's going to be a token that's fair dropped, right? So we're going to hear all about it right now. Just introduce yourself. Introduce the NFT project that's launching on Stargaze.
Yeah, so on Twitter you can know me as Wolfman Knows. Same thing with Telegram if you find me on there in the Owlies chat, as well as on Discord too. Wolfman Knows. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. It's based in a nostalgic, you know, love for collectibles. I've been collecting since I was young, just a wee kid. You know, I was collecting McDonald's toys, stamps, and, you know, multi-generation collecting stamps. So I absolutely love, you know, especially misprints and you know, special limited editions and all that kind of stuff. And so I really wanted to bring that into what Owlies is, try to bring as much of like real world collecting, real world gameplay into this. You know, there's a lot of immersive games that kind of, you know, zombify a lot of people. You know, you go in and you come out in a coma. And really what the goal for Owlies is kind of two base layers. You have your games, you know, you have your base layer where you're going to be collecting NFTs and you're going to collect enough to be able to mint to the next level through the various elements and tokenomics that we have built in. But then later down the roadmap, the goal is to then have really the idea for the PvP is kind of like what I've loved what I've seen with Passage 3D with their conference call model. You know, I'd like to have something similar built in where we set and build an environment for everyone to hang out in, and basically, you know, kind of what you would like when you go to play online poker. You know, you're sitting down at a table, you'd have your NFTs, and you same thing if you were playing Pokemon or one of the other board games out there with you're throwing the cards down, and you're either slapping somebody around with what your power ups or whatever you've got. And so that's kind of the way that we see building that out. And their cool thing is that this is all like in a DAO. So, if people are like, well, what else can we do after that? What's cool is, as long as there's value and people are excited about Owlies, we can continue to build the games and build more things for people to interact and do with the NFTs. And that's kind of the whole thing too, is, our staking is going to be done on Stargaze initially. So we're throughout the cosmos. You'll be able to lend and borrow your NFTs on the Omniflix platform as well. So that's where I get really excited, because with the PvP side of things, what I love about what we're planning with this is so cool, because stats will be built in later into the NFTs. So we'll have a little feature where you'll send your NFT and it'll come back out with stats. And so when that happens,
that's definitely different.
Yeah. And so it's kind of evolving as we evolve with it too. And that'll be cool, because a lot of that can be decided again with the community as we go. If anybody wants to make any changes to our proposals as we build those systems out and propose them to be implemented. But what'll be cool is when you go to lend out, you'll be able to earn on lending out your Owlie. But then if that person takes that to a PvP match, the Owlie will come back with better stats. And so not only did you earn interest on it, but now you have a more powerful Owlie to then charge more when you lend it out. So you got tons of value there, but then also staking your NFTs will earn you Stardust, and the Stardust will let you mint. That's where the cool items come in. And so what's neat is, once you get into the barrier of owning Owlies, NFTs, and have Owlies tokens, and you're staking those, you're going to be earning Branch and you're going to be earning Stardust, and those mint the NFTs from there. So everything else that's involved with the game won't cost anything other than your just loyalty to seeing the Owlie system succeed by continually staking your NFTs, continually staking your Owlies, so that you can mint more Owlies to the next level, or even list your Branch tokens and LP them. So that'll be cool too, because it's a very small APR that you're going to get. You're going to get a nice big APR on your Owlies. It'll be the same kind of what JUNO and what we've seen, what Raw Token and the rest of them are doing as far as the breakdown. It's in our white paper. We've got 80 million allocated for the first year in distribution for staking rewards. But the Branch tokens will actually be less. So you'll get less of them, but it won't take as much to mint these items either. And so what's cool is that creates scarcity. And then when you use these tokens, when you use the Branch, when you use the Stardust, they burn. So they don't stay in circulation. So it's constantly deflating as well. So there's always value created in every little crevice of Owlies for every person involved. Because what's even cooler is, let's say you just buy a pack and you forget about it. Well, in a year from now, when all the eggs are burned and everyone forgot to save some because they wanted a golden Owlie at the end, whoever's left holding eggs now have some of the rarest pieces in the game. And those eggs will have powers, and they will be usable in PvP down the road. So that's what I love, is that everything becomes rare by the end of it, because everyone can participate, and it's a continual circular flow of value being created.
And the DAO is going to be on JUNO. The NFTs initially are going to mint on Stargaze. This game is going to involve 3 tokens, like you said, right? The Owlie token, the Branch token, and Stardust. These will be implemented, I guess, everything after the mint, obviously.
Yeah.